Hey boys, welcome back to the second part, or the second innings in our first class return, and it's been a pretty good return. We got seven wickets in the first innings. Unfortunately, the batting didn't go too well. We do lead by 25, so a little bit of a fight back. They did have, I think they had a lead of about 100. The Blues. We didn't score too many. Personally, I think we got around in the teens. Got out to a bit of a rough, well, it was a good shot. It was honestly a good shot, but got caught in the gully region. So, yeah, a bit unfortunate, but a really good chance here to potentially get us back into this game. I mean, there's 418 now. Chris Lynn is doing a good job up the other end, and the top order has done a steady job. I think first innings were like 4 for 40, so it's a much better time to come in, and hopefully we can just bat a little better, I guess. Maybe a little bit more patient. I was going after the short ones, which I do, but maybe should have held off a little bit as the barrage does continue. Grinda Sandu is again just trying these short pitch deliveries, but that time just working nicely off the hip for a couple of runs. It's really nice batting, in fact. But yeah, seven wickets in the first innings. We really turned the game on its head. You know, you'd have to say the other bowlers would have done a decent job as that one. Short and wide, I mean, we got out in a similar vein in the first innings, but, you know, you've got to take those when they're on offer. It should be a free boundary, and it's a cracking shot this time, keeping it along the ground, through the gap, and that's, yeah, beautiful batting. 4 runs, and then this time overcompensates, but we don't quite get it. It was a bit of a slow ball, as Chris Green continues and just worked away for probably another couple there. Pretty attacking field, so a lot of room to attack, a lot of room to work the singles, work the twos, hopefully punish the bad balls. But this is probably a better field. It's a bit strange, like no one actually. It's a pretty good field, actually, as this one massive inside edge off the reverse sweep, and it's going to go for 4, which we'll take it. We'll take it. That's a freebie for us. Move on to 18 here, and Chris Lynn is 31. But yeah, I was trying that reverse sweep just because there's no one at point to cover, so plenty of room out there. But the more traditional sweep shot also gives us 2 runs. So, you know, we can just play smart here. They've got, it looks like they're blocking us off, but really there's still plenty of gaps to work with. Just, you know, pitch the outside off like that, just work it away, easy couple, hit it pretty well. In fact, almost going to go for 4, but the sweeper does get to it. But yeah, we really haven't, we're in the first class, we really haven't shown our potential with the bat, I would say. I mean, we've had some very decent knocks, very decent innings, but the average of only, you know, 30 is not quite good enough in our opinion. Obviously, we are a spin bowler mainly. We are a bowling all rounder, but we would like to push that average, you know, above 40 for sure, so we can sort of warrant a selection in higher, you know, in the Australian team. Honestly, as a genuine all rounder, our bowling is probably good enough to get us there by itself, you would think, but you know, obviously Australia at the moment has Nathan Lyon, so, you know, whether or not they want to play 2 spinners is another thing, which I guess I didn't really think about. I guess when we eventually get the call up, I'll be surprised at who they actually drop. I mean, are they going to drop one of the pace bowlers to have a couple of spinners, or are they just going to do like a straight swap for Nathan Lyon? I'll be interested. Actually, they probably, in the game, they probably won't swap me for Lyon as right. Yeah, it's short and wide, and this time, instead of the chance of getting caught in the cover, or the gully, I should say, we've just sort of slashed at it and just went through with the shot. It's a top edge, but it's safe, really. So, you know, nothing wrong with that shot. 4 runs, and then just whacking this one. That is a powerful shot off the pads. A poor ball from Abbott, but yeah, when we get into the team, we probably won't replace Lyon, I would say, because we are an all-rounder. So we'd probably replace like the all-rounder, which is probably like Mitch Marsh. So yeah, we might not have to make like a big, or they might not have to make like a big drop of like one of the genuine quicks or the spin of Lyon. But we'll see when it happens. I feel like I don't know. I don't know how far away it'll be. I should actually show like the selection status in like a video, but I did look, and I think the like the T20 in a 50 over Australian side, I think we weren't really that close, but the test side, like the recent tour, I think we're actually like getting attention, or we were pretty close to like getting selection, which is pretty cool. So hopefully it won't be too far away. But back to the game here, it's a very good partnership here. Chris Lynn and myself, I'm now 41 of 27, so hopefully we can at least get a half century here and push towards a big lead, which would be crazy considering the first innings, but it would be nice, and then we can have a bowl for victory. That'd be a good quality match. It's turning out to be a very tight match as well, which is good. And the good thing about these games is that they are generally results, because it's a video game. Oh man, we're so close to getting out right there. It's going to be another couple, but it's probably our worst shot we played this inning. That it easily could have gone to a slips fielder. Just didn't really have control of that one, but we survived. We got away with it, and then this one, oh man, that's a shank and a half, but it's gonna trickle over for a boundary. That was a shocking shot. Just, I mean, the slow ball got us in a bit of trouble. I thought that was a 50, but it's actually, we're on 49 here, so 1 run to get. And I was thinking about sneaking a single. We probably could have snuck a single. It hit Chris Lynn and ricochet, but that was an absolute shank. Thankfully, we just got enough power to clear the man in close. That would have been a disastrous way to get out. That was a poor shot, but we did survive. And this time we are gonna race through for a quick single, just get home. So there's our 50. Coming in pretty quick time to 33 balls. Obviously that's much quicker than you'd generally expect, but that's a good wagon wheel. Nothing straight down the ground, but pretty much all around the field, which is good to see. And that's a clever shot. Sean Abbott banging it in short. They haven't quite done the same barrage as the first innings, but there has been a lot of short stuff. And this one, it actually wasn't a bad ball, but we just run it off the sort of the edge of the bat over the slips. It's a clever shot, and I mean, if you get a very fine edge to that, it can you can hit it straight to the slips. But if you get any sort of bat on that, it's gonna trickle away. So there is risk involved, but it's probably not as risky as it may seem hitting it over the slips like that. But yeah, wagon wheel was very good. I do like to try and play all around the ground, as that's another beautiful pull shot. It's only going to be the single, but it still looked good. Actually going to come back for 2. That was fantastic running by Chris Lynn. They went to the wrong end. That's why I was only going to go for 1, but then I saw the throw come into the bowlers, and Chris Lynn was going to make it easy. So a nice 2 runs there. Is another short ball. It's actually a no ball. And unfortunately, no free hits in the longer formats. I sometimes think, like, should they add free hits to test matches and first class cricket? I think it'd be okay. Maybe a little unfair for the bowlers, although I don't know. I think it would be pretty cool though. Obviously, there's not that many no balls nowadays. Like, most bowlers are pretty like set with them as that's a good shot. That was over pitched and absolutely deposited into the tier. Beautiful shot. We're now 73 of 51. Unfortunately, Chris Lynn has departed as another beautiful swivel onto the back foot, and good running from Jimmy Pearson, who's gone along nicely, 18 of 20. So some very nice counter-attacking cricket here. But going back to like the no ball, honestly it's probably overkill, because I guess a lot of times when you get a wicket, they look for that, that's probably our first run straight down the ground, and it's a good shot to Ben Dwarshuis coming in. Good left arm quick, but it's a good shot, good running for 3. But they do look at every like wicket if it's pretty close, so probably not necessary. And the fact that they look at every wicket to see the no balls, most bowlers are smart enough not to bowl no balls anymore. You do get the odd couple, but yeah, it's probably drilled into them by now that just stand, don't even push it really. But yeah, we're now 78. As this one hit high on the bat, that was a little bit risky. didn't quite, probably lucky that I didn't get all of it, so the fielder couldn't get a chance to run around and catch it. But you know, we go after the short balls. It's fraught with danger. There's another one of those beautiful little clever shots over the slips. That's just great batting. It's a great shot. And we're now 84 off 58 with a real shot to get our second first class ton in this game. And this would be this is an incredible turnaround. The first innings we were bowled out for like 100, I think it was like 130, 140 maybe. Now all of a sudden we have a pretty healthy lead and still plenty of batting to go, and hopefully we can push on to make a big score. That would be ideal. And Jimmy Pearson is doing a great job up the other end. So as you see, 146 lead. It's not quite enough. I would hazard a guess, but it's putting us in with a shot. As again, just gonna work that one. Ben Dwarshuis, he's just getting a little bit too straight here. They do have a fair bit of cover on the leg side, but it's just not very good bowling, really. Just bowling two leg side, giving us easy twos all day. That's a good shot too. The reverse sweep coming out, full of confidence in this innings. We played a couple of loose shots before, probably around that 50 mark. We played a couple of loose ones, but now 96 of 67, a chance to bring it up with one hit. We're going to go down the track. Didn't quite get all of it, but that is going to go to the rope for a boundary, and now we have it, our second first class 100, and that is a very important 100 off 68. So our second 50 was quicker than our first 50, I think, by a little bit. So yeah, we've played well. It hasn't been like just silly slogs. Unfortunately, we're gonna get the 100 and then get straight out. Oh, this is frustrating. You know, I didn't even really like lose concentration. I wasn't just trying to slog. I wanted to make a big 100 here, but it was so slow. I played it way too early and maybe a little bit too aggressive with the shot, but I was through the shot way too early. Big inside edge, and the keeper takes a catch. So we put ourselves in with a chance. They have started off pretty well as we come in here with very good bowling figures. Our best bowling figures haven't quite updated from the first innings, but that's fine. We know we got 7 in the first dig. But what do they need? 256. They're 1 for 78. They're probably in control of this game. But I mean, if we can do what we did in the first innings, get a couple of quick ones, just put a little bit of pressure on the middle order, that would be it would set up a pretty neat game. And it looks like it's approaching the nighttime period, so hopefully it's going to get a little tricky to bat. I keep forgetting that it is the nighttime game, so it's probably why they are lower scores. Is that one? I have no idea how this wasn't out. We're gonna look at the replay. The man in close, just no eyes. He lost it or something. Get up, Renshaw. I think it's Renshaw. He's looking at it. Just put your freaking hands up, dude. It should have been a wicket. Should have been a wicket in our second over, and it would have been a big one too. Yang is batting beautifully, and he's gonna get his 50 off 68 now. That's frustrating. That's very, very frustrating, in fact, as we come back for the new day here, and that looks extremely close. Nick Manson hit on the front pad. How was that not given? How on earth was this not out? Gonna look at the replay. It looked pretty close in my opinion. Has it pitched outside leg? It may have just pitched outside leg. Otherwise, it was going on to hit, I would say, but just outside leg, unfortunately. So, yeah, 2 for 116. Obviously, the big wicket of Yang is a nice breakthrough. And we come back, and it's another wicket fall. And so the other bowlers are pitching in this game, doing a good job. And Curtis Patterson again. He got out very, very similar in the first innings. He would be kicking himself once again. That is just... It's poor batting. It's poor batting, in all honesty. The first innings he hit it to mid-wicket. This time he hits it a square leg. Again, he hit it pretty well, but just going in the air, it's a silly shot. And it's going to be our first wicket. So 1 for 9 in our 6th over. So we're keeping it extremely tight. Just building a little bit of pressure on the new batters here. And it's good. The Blues have a lot of a lot of left-handers, which I do bowl a lot better to the lefties. I do think I pick up most of my wickets that way, and another wicket has fallen, so it brings Peter Neville to the crease, and he is going to get out in a very similar way to Curtis Pattinson. This one maybe just a little bit slower in the air, just threw the shot just a touch early and just scoops it, and a very nice catch actually by the man running in, this time attacking the ball. So all of a sudden we're probably well in control. Well, not well in control, they need less than 100, as that one almost scoops it straight to the man. But Nick Manson, he's batting nicely, 39, but they are into the tail for sure, as that one somehow has missed the bat, missed the stump. So I don't know how it missed. We're going to look at the replay for this one, because this he survived here, Sean Abbott. I don't know how he survived. It's spun back. He's missed it, and it's just missed the off peg. Couldn't believe it. But we're looking dangerous as we simulate there, and a fair bit of time went past before we got to have a bowl. And they're now 7 for 221. Ben Dwarshuis, Nick Manson. Nick Manson is gonna. It looks like he's gonna do it for his state here, as we try to come around the wicket. As you see, I'm into my 14th over, so I mean I've toiled away strongly. Not the tidiest of figures, but we're just changing it up. We're changing it up, going around the wicket, just trying to do something to get the wicket, and that is a ripping ball. Oh man, that's almost unplayable. I could not believe it. Just, if only this had got a wicket, the plan would have been absolutely beautiful. It's around the wicket, the angle, and then it just turns. Look at this ball go. If that just bowled him, oh man, that would have been a ball. That would have been like the ball of the century almost. Not round his legs, but it was a good delivery. As the target, it's approaching. We're trying to do everything here. I had no one back there, which is probably a little silly. And Dwarshuis is going to get a boundary, a very important boundary too. Probably should have a man back on the rope if I'm going to bowl this type of line. But as you see, we've got a leg side orientated field, and just trying something. Is this one, has he stepped out of his crease, going up to the third umpire, and it looks like he's just slid out. It's poor batting from Dwarshuis, but the plan has worked. It hasn't got Manson, but it has got Dwarshuis. And with a sniff here to clean up the last two, that's a big wicket. Though Chris Green, he's coming in late, but he's a good batter actually. Chris Green, it's not going to be the easiest task to get him out. And I keep the same sort of tactic around the wicket with a leg side field. So if he wants to play through the offside, it's going to be a risk. It's a chance of spinning between the gate and bowling him, or a little inside edge. But that's a good shot. He's hit it through for a couple, may even go for 4. That's a frustrating shot, but they're only going to get a couple, which is probably not ideal. We would have liked them to get 3, but as you see now, it's 8 for 254. It looks like the Blues are going to get away with the victory, which is extremely frustrating after the game we played. Into our 20th over, Nick Manson has proved the match winner. Unfortunately, we got 7 wickets in the first innings, 100 in the second knock, and you know, we bowled pretty well in the second innings here, but just things haven't quite gone our way, and you know, we didn't get enough in the first innings. That's what it can come down to. The Blues, they got a healthy lead, not probably less than what they would like, but we just didn't quite bat well enough in the first innings, and that's definitely come back to bite us here, as it's a tidy over so far. Chris Green, he's doing a good job. He's 10 off 22. He's just working it around, staying in there. Nick Manson's doing the damage. It's a maiden over, but it's probably going to be the end of the game here as we simulate, and unfortunately that is the end. The Blues win by 2 wickets. Oh, it was a tight one. It was a good game. I was extremely happy with it. We did pick up man of the match. I mean, it's probably fairly deserving. We did get 9 wickets. We got 10 wickets for the match. 100 runs. Hopefully, guys are enjoying the series. Make sure to like, and I'll see you in the next one.